All right, so EA is being bought out for $55 billion in what's being called the biggest leverage buyout attempt in history. Under the terms of the deal announced today, the private equity firm Silver Lake Partners, Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund PIF, and Affinity Partners will pay the company's stockholders $210 per share. And with that, Electronic Arts will be taken private. Which, when I first heard that news, I'm always a fan of companies remaining private and not having to be beholden to their shareholders. Now, obviously, in a case like this, you're taking Saudi Arabia money, you're taking $55 billion, you're going to be beholden to somebody. So while it might sound good, hey, EA's going private, you kind of have to dig into the details and realize this isn't a good thing. Once you actually start looking into the details of what this transaction is going to actually mean, what we have here is a combination of cash from obviously PIF, Silver Lake Affinity Partners, as well as rollover of PIF's existing stake in EA, constituting an equity investment of approximately $36 billion. Now, as we know, it's a $55 billion deal. $20 billion of debt financing fully and solely committed by JP Morgan Chase Bank NA. $18 billion of which is expected to be funded at close. So it's a $55 billion buyout where they're actually leveraging $20 billion in debt to make that deal, which again isn't a good thing. When somebody is spending $55 billion, and I say somebody, these global entities, these billionaires are spending that much money, they're going to want to make money back on that, right? And it's not like they're buying it to like operate at a loss and, oh, maybe this means we won't get as many microtransactions. No, it's going to be fucking worse, especially with that $20 billion debt that needs to be paid back looming overhead. What this means, most likely, is that there's going to be a shit ton of layoffs. What it means is most of the games that you know and love are most likely going to be even worse off with more microtransactions and more revenue streams and more ways to not only pay off that $20 billion debt, but to then make money on the $36 billion that they're putting up right now. This isn't a good thing for the consumer. Upon completion of the transaction, EA will remain headquartered in Redwood City and continue to be led by Andrew Wilson as CEO. It could mean massive layoffs, more aggressive monetization, and other big cost-cutting measures. Fast forward to this. New EA owners hoping AI will cut costs and boost profit, it's claimed. Fuck. Now, per a report from the Financial Times, which is paywalled, the enhanced use of AI will be used as a way to also boost EA's profits in the coming years. This will also allow the new owners to manage a large debt load on a company that historically carried limited net debt. Not only are we going to see the mass layoffs, we're going to see the aggressive monetization revenue streams. We're also going to see an increase in AI usage to cut those costs down even more. Well, basically to manage that large debt load, to pay off the debt. They're most likely going to cause mass layoffs, and then they're going to replace those developers with AI to handle that debt load. That's a shit ton of debt. That means most likely a shit ton of job loss. The future isn't looking so bright in this industry, guys. I hope everybody is aware. And I'm actually glad that some of these articles are pointing out the reason why. Why did EA feel the need to accept a buyout like this if they didn't feel confident in the gaming industry or their position in it? Some articles are pointing out that this is actually highlighting the gaming struggles as growth slows in this industry. Other articles are pointing out that this is a sign of things to come just financially for everybody in the future, that if EA is struggling, multi-billion-dollar corporation, how's everybody else feeling? Or is this a leverage point for Saudi Arabia to get their foot more ingrained in the gaming industry? Now, in the short term, what this means for a game like Battlefield, I don't know. I'm going to assume that nothing's really going to happen unless Battlefield 6 has a long shelf life where maybe we're years down the road before some of these changes and all of these implementations actually happen. The resources might get swept up in this deal and maybe people will get laid off and post-launch content might come to a trickle. My guess is a deal this big is going to have to take a long time to obviously go through. Like we saw when Xbox wanted to buy Activision Blizzard and they did the merger there, that it was a huge fucking deal. This isn't necessarily a merger of sorts. It is essentially a buyout. I really don't know what's about to happen here, but what I do know, based on everything that I'm reading, is it's not going to be a good thing for our gaming experiences. EA already has a pretty rough track record. I think they were kind of clawing back out with Battlefield 6. And then this. Speaking of Battlefield 6, I don't know if you guys saw the live action trailer the other day. It was fucking fantastic. They goofed everybody. They baited everyone by saying they're going to have all of these celebrities come in. And then in the first like 7 seconds of the trailer, they just fucking destroyed them with a missile strike. And then it turned into an actual Battlefield trailer with like faceless, nameless soldiers just going to war and doing Battlefield things. The trailer was fucking awesome. I'm going to say this. If you're seeing the news about this $55 billion buyout, Saudi Arabia money, all of this stuff is going on. I don't think we have anything to worry about with this iteration of Battlefield. So in the short term, I think we're fine. I'm curious to see what kind of effect this is going to have on future titles. I don't have a good feeling, but at the very least, next week, we can maybe not think about the world for a little bit and just play some fucking Battlefield. Let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like on the video. I want to give a shout out to every single Patreon member who is supporting this channel. If you guys want to become a Patreon member, the link is down in the description and the top pinned comment. I appreciate you guys watching. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.